era as well. That character, of course, got that Omega buff. Because Banjo's just so much better on Wi-Fi than he is offline. It's just, it's not a debate. It's just a true fact. Show me the car facts. Show me the bear facts. That's where it's at.
Yeah.
Here he is going up against Minsiey.
And Minsiey played his game rather well against Sonic Fiend in that winner's qualifiers. So we'll have to see against a bit more of a disciplined fellow in UtopianRay. He's obviously known for his Dabuz-inspired playstyle, and you mentioned his Smash 4 main Rosa, his prior goddess in Palutena. But now it's mostly the banjo, and for good reason. You know, the Wi-Fi banjo is a menace, but Ray's banjo was taking names long before the Wi-Fi era began.
That is true. It has. I mean, this guy's been out here since long before that, man. I remember commentating this guy's banjo at Xeno pretty much every time I went to it, and he was there at the same time. It was cool. It's definitely a sight to behold. You know, it was when we were really just learning a lot about the character as well when he dropped last summer. But anyway, we're here now, about a year and a half later in the Wi-Fi era, and now we got no stocks lost in about the first minute and a half already, and even that up smash, not going to do it against a character as heavy as Banjo as well. UtopianRay out here with no projectiles for, I should say, Minsiey can actually absorb the grenades because he can absorb the energy from the explosion, I suppose, but he can't exactly absorb the Wonder Wing. Gonna beat out the PSI Magnet right there, of course, and then sniping him with the eggs. Can we get some Call of Duty hit markers on that?
No jump, having, kid, small child. Gotta keep your jump if you're a NES player. If you're a NES, period. Like, keep your jump, guys. It's his best recovery tool by far.
Gotta keep your jump no matter really what character you play. But
That's true.
Like, there are some characters where you absolutely need to. Otherwise, you will just die, and your recovery will be so much worse to the point where you'll easily get edge guarded. But that ain't the case right here. Unfortunately, Minsiey gonna fall down right there. Attacking the percent on a little higher. Nair on the platform, though, catching Banjo in a tough spot, pressing a button on a platform where he shouldn't be. That is one thing about Battlefield that, you know, besides like making your landings a little more obvious, you can't just get stuck on the platforms from time to time. And then when they do, like, that pressure from underneath is going to be so much easier with whatever your character is going to be able to shark with. Oh, what a beautiful Wonder Wing right there to cover pretty much any and all tech options. At the very least, forcing Minsiey to time them properly, which he unfortunately did not.
Speaking of timing, great mash timing to set it, since you can mash out of Banjo's grab really easy, even at high percent. Delaying his timing in between the up tilts, pretty solid. But now we're kind of reaching the percent that grab will kill no matter what, since it'll confirm into up smash now, so... Or any smash attack, rather. Up smash is just the most obvious since it's so darn quick.
Yeah, and depending on the mash out, you know, like Banjo will have to wait until Ness pops out a little bit, as that back throw is going to take the stock instead. It makes more sense that he went for the back throw there, because occasionally you still do have to, like, wait for, depending on, like, how you get buried off of Banjo's down throw, sometimes, like, Banjo actually has to wait a little bit for them to mash out so he can get the proper hit of the up tilt, or just make, you know, a hit contact with it at all. So, basically, is that when they're at high enough of a percent, and you're in a position where back throw can kill, it makes more sense to just go for the solid chill throw instead, rather than try to, you know, just throw out a confirm that may or may not work, depending on the size of your character, or however their hurt box is shifted in the berry. But, you know, it probably would have confirmed anyway. And the second ignite, and that's just obnoxious. You saved him! UtopianRay! My goodness, with the disrespect out here. That's genuine disrespect, ladies.
You didn't need to do it.
Exactly.
There was no reason, but he did it anyway.
Wow. That was disrespectful to everyone. Not to do like the whole old commentary trope that, you know, the quote homemade waffles, but I legitimately cannot think of anything else to say there. And Milkshade, thank you so much for the follow. We appreciate that. Coming in time for UtopianRay makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Me, my friend. Honestly, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to like be unoriginal or whatever, but I couldn't think of anything else to say. That was just rude. All around. That was just really rude.
We're here for it. That's the vibe that you kind of have to get sometimes, especially on Wi-Fi. You gotta push. You gotta make the games exciting. I'm just trying to feel something, says Ray as he Wonder Wings right through the PK Thunder and right through Ness. So we head into game 2. Alright, Milk Cheese supporting, I guess, her boy, her friend, and Ray is not looking to waste any more time as we head into this game 2.
Going out here supporting the mans for sure. That's what we do here in the Smash community, my friends. We support each other. Shoutouts to support. I was gonna say something else. I was gonna say something else about Nintendo not supporting the community, but hey, that's a discussion for another time.
Of course. And it's important to remember that in this game too that there's times like these to separate art from artist and creator from creation, and we can all still enjoy Smash Ultimate, well, to whatever extent that it pleases you, and still think that Nintendo is mishandling their communities. It's fine to think both. It's fine to still like Mario 64 if you are frustrated with Nintendo right now. That's okay.
Thank you very much for pointing that out, because I feel like a lot of people just really have one-track minds, and they feel like if someone or something like Nintendo that they deem like a whole entity rather than what it is, a company of people, you know, human beings who run it, not just some evil building that just constantly spurs out disappointment. They feel like they have to hate everything from it, and that ain't the case. You know, I think separating the art from the artist is just not even the art from the artist, it's the higher ups. It's not even the artists. Like, the artists are the people who will probably even disagree with that on the forefront as well. But I wholeheartedly agree with you on that front, because I feel like a lot of people just don't think that same way. They feel like they have to hate everything Nintendo now. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Thank you so much for acknowledging that. And I kind of just want to keep talking about this, because I feel like what UtopianRay is going to keep doing is just stuff like that, in which he kills Minsiey at 60. I mean, we're talking about how we're all here for the disrespect, but bro, like, Minsiey's not here for it.
Yeah, okay. Exclusively Minsiey, but
yeah,
you know,
I don't think Minsiey appreciates it very much.
Yeah, even if it's on him though, just like we can appreciate each other, we should all be able to appreciate the hard reads. And that's what Ray has been doing a lot this game. First stock being taken by a roll read, second stock reading that he wasn't going to do anything at all.
I love how at this point that, like, UtopianRay is just, like, putting out the egg to just essentially bait Minsiey into PSI magneting. Because, yeah, like, he's going to be able to use PSI magnet and absorb the energy of the grenade. But it also doesn't really matter, because you can still hit Ness when he's doing that move. So if you don't time it properly, even if you can feel like you can time it properly, Banjo's just going to fall down and hit you for that. Oh my god. Speaking of falling down and hitting you, yeah.
Yeah. It's what I always find is like the best way to separate the for lack of, again, better descriptor, the good Banjos